My kids and I were on a long car drive yesterday. We drove home, which is why I'm now back under my favorite tree in my backyard. And in the span of the 6 hour, I think it's 6 hours by the time we all was said and done, in the span of the 6 hour drive, my kids fell completely in love with the movie Hercules, which very niche Disney movie from the 90s, I think. If you're not familiar, it was also my sister's and my full-on favorite movie, to the point where I was explaining to some other people yesterday. I'm like, yes, we watched it probably thousands of times, memorized every single word that the muses sang and all of their choreography, because the movie is of course narrated by the 5 muses, goddesses of the arts and proclaimers of heroes like Hercules, and then proceeded to be obsessed for life, to the point where we dragged our cousin in, my sister and I, during my other sister's wedding, to learn the choreography and all of the words and all of the songs, and perform it at a 300-person wedding reception for my sister. So when I say I know this movie, like I could probably sit down with the people who made the movie and go like line for line, shot for shot. As my kids were watching it in the car. So yesterday what happened is we were in gridlock traffic, put on some show tunes, because that is my way to stay in a good mood no matter what, including being in gridlock traffic. A Hercules song came on, Zero to Hero. If you haven't heard it, highly recommend. And then my kids were like, is there a video that goes along with that? I was like, there's a whole movie that goes along with that. So they asked for the movie, so we put on the movie. And then they loved it so much, to the point where my son said 50 times, Hercules is so muscly and kind. He's so muscly and kind, which my 6-year-old, he fancies himself to also be muscly and kind. And you know what? He is. So like, good on ya. Now he wants to be Hercules for Halloween. Anyway, I digress. Then we listened to the whole soundtrack. So like, Hercules is top of my mind at the moment. Okay, guys, that's all I'm trying to say here. And it has occurred to me in the message that just like keeps coming through strongly yesterday and this morning. So if you don't know the story of Hercules, it's that he was born a god, was stolen from Olympus, this Cliff Notes version, was stolen from Olympus, turned mostly mortal by Hades, except he didn't drink the last drop of the potion, so he was still extremely, like, mortal but extremely strong, and then had to prove himself to be a hero. That's what Zeus, his father, said. You have to prove yourself to be a hero in order to come back and be welcomed back to the gods. So he does all these things to be heroic, like, I'm going to rescue damsels in distress, and I'm going to kill monsters, and blah, blah, blah. And all of this does not him a god make until he decides to give his life, sacrifice his life for